Okay, the right-wing advance in the past many years in Europe and the US, in the West in general. And I'm in the forest with my ferret. I apologize for my looks. I did not intend to wear my uniform. I'm not an active duty soldier. I'm in the Danish Home Guard and I break all regulations by wearing my uniform when it's shitty weather. But it's my best outdoors clothes. So I speak as me, not as anything else. Anyway, yesterday France had an election and it did not go as bad as feared, but the party formerly known as Front National still got lots of votes, more than at the last election. They also continue to have lots of success, and that's basically happening everywhere except Britain, where they were fed up with 14 years of conservative rule. But still Farage he got more votes than he had before. Trump is doing far too well. Pardon me. So why are these right-wing populist demagogues having so much success when we've tried it before? And as you might know if you've watched my videos before, I'm a historian. And as a historian, I usually don't have much good to say about people who study politics and especially international relations, because they're always wrong. They think that everybody else is as rational and educated and sensible and nice as they are, but that's not how the world works. That's what the historian says. But if we are to explain what's happening in the world, we are to look to a sociologist. And as a historian, I will say that sociology has much good to offer for us. That sociologist is Thomas Siehe, a German sociologist who studied late modern society, the society which we're in. It is well worth studying what he has to say. He somewhat overlaps with Giddens and somewhat with Beck and certain other sociologists, but in this respect he's by and large alone, but I think he's right. Now he says that in the industrial society and traditional society, work and identity and everything else was inherited. If your daddy was a farmer, you became a farmer. If your daddy was a baker, you became a baker, etc. And it was nice and safe and secure. In late modern society we have lots and lots of possibilities and rules, and we basically have to mold our own identity and career, which can be difficult. This scares us, and he dubs this ontologization, which translates into something like fear of being a human. In any case, this fear makes us look for easy answers, easy solutions, or other ways out. There are also people who start to do extreme sports and such. But today we'll focus on the people who basically feels confused and left out by late modern society. They think that people like me, the educated, the so-called elite, controls everything and don't think about the normal citizen. Oh, somebody wants to go up. Pardon me, just a second. There we go. He's also nicer to look at than me. Anyways, this confusion and looking for easy answers is easily exploited by populist demagogues like Trump, Johnson and Le Pen, Støjberg here in Denmark. Lots and lots of people. They offer easy answers, easy solutions. They say, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're not at fault. There's nothing wrong with you because you feel left out and because you feel confused by late modern society. And then they offer some answer to who it is. Most often, immigrants and elites. And I don't know, it sounds like something I as a historian have heard before. But that's what happens. That's what happens. That's why, at least in my opinion, the right wing are having so much success. And it will continue. And in my opinion, the only way to stop it or combat it is the opposite of what we're doing. Because everywhere in the West, yeah, he's cute. Everywhere in the West, our politicians are basically cutting back on our education systems. And the only thing that can remove this ontologization is education. It's education. If people have the education to understand, or at least to some extent understand the complexity of late modern society, and also especially the historical tool of source criticism, to see through the lies and twisted truths of populist demagogues and politicians in general. They all do it to some extent. If the population can see through this, then they wouldn't vote for populist demagogues and fascists of various stripes. They wouldn't believe in Russian propaganda. Generally, they would say that they have a better life. But our politicians have chosen that education must be cut back at the same time as inequality is rising all over the West, including here in Denmark. So people are also frustrated. So you have a frustrated, confused and frightened group of people ready to be picked up by someone and be told there's nothing wrong with you, it's not your fault, it's somebody else's fault, follow me, vote for me, I'll take care of you, and we will remove the problem. And with the last sentence, they also give these people purpose, and everybody wants a purpose. So that's the problem. And if everybody had a decent education, they would see through this. They would know, this guy just wants power, just want me to vote for him. But they don't. So they believe all this bullshit. And that's depressing to see how our politicians cut back and cut back and cut back on education while moaning about the advance of the right wing. Well, fuck you guys. It's your own fucking fault. Create some decent education systems. Give them money. Give teachers money. Let them do their job. Let them teach in the Humboldt tradition, where the weight is on independent thinking, hermeneutics, critical thinking, source criticism, enlightenment, all these things. Instead of the much cheaper Anglo-American system, where emphasis is on test-based teaching with school solutions. And that basically, the latter is why we are in the situation we're in today. They created it for themselves. But I don't expect them to do anything about it. Anyway, that was long-winded, as I usually am, and rambling, as I always do. It wasn't planned. Maybe I should have a plan for these little talks, so they'll be briefer and more to the point. I apologize. I hope it helped. If you think I'm wrong, let me know, but be polite, or I'll block you. If you think I'm right and this helped you understand what's happening in the world, let me know. But I hope that I did contribute to something to your understanding. Anyways, have a nice day from rainy Denmark. Bye.